Hi everybody, Happy New Year. It's good to see everyone. Okay, I'm gonna pull you up on my iPad here. I'll pull this up on my iPad while we get a minute or two for everybody to get on, find us. Did everyone have a good holiday season? I hope so. Did you have some downtime, spend some time with your family? I worked. I didn't really have any days off except my normal Saturday and Sunday. So while it was nice to be in the holiday season, really wasn't all that particularly restful. So let's see here. Whoops. Hold on. Pulling this up. There I am. Okay, I found it on the good. Okay. So, has anyone made New Year's resolutions and broke them already? What'd you make? What kind of resolution? You know, I'm going to do the usual stuff. Eating better, you know, getting to bed earlier, getting more sleep. Although this weekend there was one day I was up till like 4 a.m. because I was down here crafting and I kind of just lost track of time. So, the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to send more cards. That's what I plan to do in 2019. So everybody loves to get cards, and getting cards, remember, for my video, if you share it, I want you to share it. That helps me out, and it gives you a chance to win the project I'm making today. So if you share it, do that. And actually I'm going to share it right now to see if I can share it on my, we'll see, I don't know. Yeah, well, I'll have to wait and do that later. Okay, anyway, if you like and share my video and comment shared in the comments below, you'll get a chance to win the project that we make tonight. Now, we haven't been together it's been 3 weeks because the last 2 weeks were holidays. Last week was New Year's Eve and the week before that was Christmas Eve. So it's been 3 weeks since I've seen y'all. But if you recall, we made this card here. I'm trying to get the light. Using some of the new stamp sets from the Occasions catalog that's live. I hope you all had a chance to look at the catalogs. And that beautiful gingham designer series paper. It is a lot of fun to work with. I really enjoy it. Anyway, for sharing it, you get a chance to win the project I make. And so the winner from the last project, or last Facebook Live, is Darlene Clark. So Darlene, I'll be sending this card out to you. I'll have to get your address, but thank you. I do appreciate you sharing. That helps me, my business, helps more people see my videos, and gives them more cute ideas for cards also. Couple housekeeping things. If the comments at the bottom of the screen get in your way at some point, you can just swipe those to the side and they'll go away, and then you swipe the other way and they come back. So that's just really easy. And I can't think anything else. So I think, you know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and we'll get started. Tonight's card is not a tough card. A little coloring. It's you know what? Let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you, and you can make your own decision. I'm going to put it up in the holder, so give me just a second. Close your eyes if you get any kind of motion sickness, and we'll get this going. Okay, let's see. There we go. Looks pretty good. I did that pretty smoothly. Okay, so if you've had a chance to look at the Occasions catalog or see other cards on Facebook or stuff like that, so many, there's a lot of butterflies. The butterflies are big this season, at least in the Stampin' Up! World. And even this stamp set that I'm using tonight has some butterflies in it, which butterflies are nice. I like butterflies, but I also realize that not everybody does. So my goal was I really wanted to use this set, but I wanted to do it without any butterflies. So that was none of the free Celebration designer series paper, no butterfly punches, not stamping any butterflies. So this is kind of the card I came up with. You can see I use this these flowers. I use this sentiment that says, a friend is someone who chooses you out of a whole world of people. And isn't that nice? Who wouldn't like to get a card with that sentiment in it? So we're going to get started on this. So remember, January, February, and March in Stampin' Up! World is what we call celebration. And if you're not familiar with celebration, it's when you can earn free product. With every 50, at least in the US, it's $50. If you're in another country, you'll have to check with a local demonstrator, but for every $50 you purchase, you get to pick a free item out of the celebrations brochure. Let me pull mine up here real quick. Here's mine. You'll see I forgot I couldn't show it before. I can show you the inside of it now. I think in Canada it's $60. So let me show you real quick some of the cute things you can get. This little cupcake stamp set is really cute. I've used that a couple of times on some swaps I'm doing. For a $50 purchase, you can get 5 rolls of this beautiful organdy ribbon, and each roll has 5 yards. That's 25 yards of ribbon for free. That's good. I like free ribbon. And the colors here all match the ginghams in the paper, the gingham paper in the occasions catalog. You can get a set of wooden elements, little butterfly elements, and those are really cute. I've used some of those. You can see down here they've put them on to accent some cards. Here is that paper or butterfly, botanical butterfly designer series paper I was telling you. It's 12 sheets of double-sided paper for $50 for a $50 purchase. So that's good. It's like about a $12 value. Here's a kind of a more country type stamp set by the Bay. That's nice. This chicken is not my style, but you know, I've seen a lot of cute cards made with that. Very country looking. Let's see what else. I won't keep you too long here. Oh, this Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick foil sheets. It's kind of iridescent foil. I have seen some gorgeous things made with that. So the next time I earn some celebration, I'm going to be getting that. These are the really cute So Hoppy Together frogs. Cute, cute, cute ideas there. I saw somebody who cut this frog off of the unicycle and had him cartwheeling across a card. I thought, then that was a clever idea. Here's some sentiments. It's called Part of My Story. That's another one on my wish list to get. Lovely Lattice. I have it. I haven't really used it yet, but some gorgeous colors, especially with the blends. Here's a Precious Parcel card kit, and it's a kit to make. It has everything you need to make these nice note cards. Now for a $100 purchase, you could get these Tea Time framelit dies right here. And they did tell us, although it's not in the catalog, they did tell us that this will be carrying over into the annual catalog. So that's a nice thing to know. But here you can get them for free. Normally they'd probably be close to $25 maybe. Framelits are usually kind of pricey. Oh, and I have this one too, the Lasting Lily. Gorgeous for any kind of card. Makes a great sympathy card, wishing you well. I always have a hard time with sympathy cards, and it has some good inside of the card sentiments too. May the constant love of caring friends bring you comfort and peace. You are proof there's good in the world. Thank you for your love and for your endless love and support. So there's some good inside card sentiments too. So you could get each of those items with either a $50 or a $100 purchase. So it's this is the best time to be doing Stampin' Up! Is right now. Okay, so we're gonna get started. And let me get my cheat sheet here. We're gonna start out our card base is just half of an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of Whisper White thick cardstock. It's cut down to 8.5 by 5.5. And we simply fold that in half, and that's gonna be the base of our card. So. Bone folder, there we go. Okay, and so I think and then we have a white panel on top of this. This is just the regular Whisper White paper, and this size is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'll put the measurements on the post when I'm done. So I think what we're going to do first is we're not going to attach anything. We're going to stamp. Use our Memento black to do a couple of stamping. So we're going to start with this. Making sure I missed a spot there, so making sure I get it. So please make sure that you like and share my video and comment below that you shared so that I know that you, because I can't always see everybody. I might see that there were 12 shares, but I might only see 8 of them that were done. Okay, I'm going to set that off to the side. Now I'm going to work on the sentiment that says, a friend is someone who chooses you. Now I have a lot of my blocks tied up, so I'm going to have to do a lot of switching and cleaning and in between. So bear with me here, but you'll see how really easy it is. So. And these are the new cling stamps, the ones that have the extra stickiness to them. So you do have to be a little bit gentle with them. You can't just yank them off. There you go. Let me clean it first, and then I'll show you. You have to make sure you kind of get under it and just don't pull. So I'm gonna stamp this off here. I like to get as much ink off my stamp as I can before I put it on my chamois. And then the chamois does the final. Okay, so what you have to do is make sure you kind of pull all the way up. If you just yank, you're gonna risk tearing your stamp. So let me get that out of the way there. So see, this one's kind of stuck to the inside of the box, so I'm having to, there we go. Normally I would have just yanked. So this is the inside of it, and the inside says, out of a whole world of people. So, okay. You know, I like to put why do you put your sentiments on your blocks crooked? You know what, I find it's easier for me to stamp them straight if they're on an angle on the block versus if they're lined up, you know, perpendicular, because then I find myself trying to make the block straight even if my sentiment is not completely straight on my block, which happens, and then I end up with a crooked sentiment. You can't have a crooked sentiment, although I'm sure more of us have done that than we'd like to admit, right? Okay, so see, I have to kind of work that under there. Some people are using the spatula end of the U-pick tool to get that off of there. I haven't found I need that, but I have found that I do have to take a little bit of time. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll stamp the inside first. And the 3 colors of ink we're using is Granny Apple Green. I'll set that out of the way because I'm really good at getting ink on stuff that I have finished. We're going to use Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to use, which one's this? Daffodil Delight. Now on the 2 darker colors, at least I would, I'm going to stamp off. So we'll start out with the green. And stamping off means your first stamp is just kind of on a piece of scrap paper. And so what that does is make your stamped image not quite so dark. See? There we go. So I'm gonna get some of that. Okay, let me see. Okay, we're gonna do, this is the Flirty Flamingo. And I'm gonna stamp off on that too. There we go. And I'm going to turn it around so it's going a different direction. There we go. Okay, let me see here. Get a paper towel. I got a little bit of ink on my block and I want to make sure I don't transfer it onto something else. Stamp off because it's a light enough color actually. Sometimes I end up stamping it twice. You can see I just kind of let it set there for a second so the ink can absorb into the card. So I think that's nice. See, had I not stamped off that green, I think that green would have been a lot, way too dark. So let me clean that. I don't think I'm going to use the big one anymore. I'm just going to use the little one. I had to get out a paper towel. I just put some more water on my chamois to clean my stamps with, and it's a little bit too juicy. So, okay. So I think what we're going to do is stamp this edge around here. Okay. And there's really no rhyme or reason. Just... Again, we're going to stamp off and we're just going to put it on in different places. Oops, I don't know why I did it there, but... And I guarantee at least one time I won't stamp off, and so it'll be darker. But that's okay. This way. You kind of just want to see. I think I didn't stamp that one off. That looks a little dark. I don't remember. Anyway, let me put another one right here like this. Just kind of want to vary the position of your dots. Now this is one of the distinctive stamps that Stampin' Up! Came with for Celebration last year, and they have much more detail in them. And something they were telling us when I went on stage was that these actually work best if you have a little bit drier ink pad. So for these dots, I don't think it's that big a deal, but for the some of the other ones, like in the what's it called, needle and thread that goes with needle point nook. I think I'd already stamped that one off. Like where there's little flowers and you're looking at the details, then yeah. So what some people do is take the their bone folder or a plastic spoon, and they push it down, you know, the ink down to the bottom of away from the top stamping surface. So I'm talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing here. Put that there, and I'm gonna put one more right like that. There we go. Okay, I'll clean this off. There we go. Put that away before I get any ink on anything. Number 1 rule. Okay, and now we're on the Daffodil Delight. Now this is light enough that I don't really need to stamp off on it. So I'm just gonna fill in the, yeah, see, it's pretty light. Let me see if I'm gonna go back over that. And you know what? It won't make any difference if I don't get it exact, because they're just kind of bubbles, aren't they? There we go. Turn this around this way. There we go. Okay, then as soon as I finish with this, we'll be coloring the front panel in these same color of blends. I have both the dark and the light for the Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, and Granny Apple Green. I actually played with the idea of, I don't know where it went to, using Old Olive, and I had made a little swatch card, so to speak, with all three colors on it, and I looked at them, I don't know. So I ended up going with the Granny Apple Green. Let me get my card. Oh, here's my card base. Okay, so we're gonna make the, let me look, what did I do on my original card? Oh, that's where the yellow is, the I don't know, big fancy like leaves. So, tell you what I do. I kind of colored the whole thing in with the light color of the blend, and then I picked a few of these to color in dark. So, and one of the nice things about the blends, I went slightly out of the line here, but you have this color lifter, and you can just take it and rub it there, and it'll kind of pick up some of that ink. There we go. It'll left a little alcohol on there, but it'll dry in just a second. So I fixed my boo-boo. Okay, that was the light color Daffodil. Okay, and the dark one, I'm just gonna go and fill in some of the lines for a little contrast with the darker. You also can use, there we go, made a little boo-boo again, the lifter pen, like when you're blending two shades. It's really nice to get a nice blend. Takes a little practice to learn how to do it, but you can't, it's really nice once you learn. Okay, let's do the leaves. This is the light Granny Apple Green. So what I did was, I'm still learning how to color and shade and all of that, but on a design like a leaf, I'll show you what I end up doing a lot of times, especially since this is a small area. I'm trying not to go out of the lines. You have one of those days where you can't do two things at once. Yeah, well, that's kind of what it is. I can't talk and color at the same time. But I'll show you what adds it. What I do, it adds just a little bit of texture, for lack of a better word, shading. Okay, so that was the light color of the Granny Apple Green. I took the dark one. You'll notice for this, because these are small areas, I'm using the paintbrush end. And you know what I do? I just kind of highlight along the vein that's down the center. It's really easy, gives it a little bit of definition, a little bit of interest, adds that extra color in there, and you don't really have to be a great colorer with alcohol markers. They do take a little bit of getting used to. Okay, now the flowers are pink. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do that. Okay, we'll have to go back and do those. What I'm going to do, just color the flowers completely pink with the light. Then I'll go back with the dark in a few places and highlight. Simple as that. Now, if these flowers had some, you know, lighter centers where you could color them, I'd put little yellow specks in it, you know, a little bit of marker, but they don't have enough. So, okay, well, let me finish this and I'll go back. I knew I'd forget to do something. Okay, that was the light Flirty Flamingo and So here's the dark. What did I do there? I kind of did the same thing I did on the leaves, just highlighted some of the veins on the flowers. Add just a little bit of interest and definition to it. There we go, that's pretty easy. Okay, I think those look pretty good. Okay, we get those out of the way, and we're gonna go back to the dots. And I thought I was done. So I guess for this one I'll start. Oh, I need the big one again. I thought I was done. Okay. See, and that's the other reason I chose the big one, the big bubbles, because again, I'm using a light enough color that really you can hardly see it. There you go. Okay. Close that up. Okay, which color? Oh, that's the pink. Okay, I'm going to stamp that off. I'm going to put that up about here. And like I said, I could take that other stamp off, but you know what? This is not an exact. Sometimes I have stamps on two sides and they're kind of, you know, one will be up here and one will be down here. Oh, clean it. Okay, and this is the grainy apple green. I'm going to stamp that off and put this right here. There we go. Okay. There we go. I think we're ready to assemble now. I am not a fast stamper. I see some of these demonstrators on their videos and they zoom through it. I don't know. I like to kind of take my time. But anyway, okay, and then when I finished this card, this was a card I kind of just started and I didn't know where I was going and I just kind of added things. So at the end I had this big empty space up here and I thought, well, okay, I'm going to put some ribbon. And I didn't like it this way, I didn't like it this way, I didn't like just the bow, so thought I would go diagonal because I don't see too many people doing that. And I thought, well, that's different. So these are my I'm bow challenged. I don't know if I've told you that before, but I'm bow challenged, so very seldom do I have a really true bow or not. So I just use a little piece. I attach it with glue dots, just kind of wherever you want it. Okay, let's see. There we go. There we go. There's that. So I'm going to use a little piece. I thought it needed a little bling. I like a little bit of silver, a little bling in my cards once in a while. So you can use it, you can leave it out. It doesn't make much difference. So then my knot, I just, you know, it looks like it's tied in a knot, but it's not. It's just tied around this piece. So when I just threw that piece of string of sequins on there. This is our mini sequin trim. I love it, and I always forget that I have it, and I saw it in my drawer yesterday when I was trying to decide what I was going to do. I'm like, I'm going to put some of that on there, a little bit of bling. I think I cut this initially about 3 inches or so. I'm going to trim it up just a little bit. I always end up losing a sequins from each end, but that's okay. Just make it a little bit shorter here before I end up with sequins. My dog the other day had a sequin stuck to her nose. She couldn't figure out what felt weird. She looked so funny. Of course, I didn't have the presence of mind to take a picture of her. She's also had the back from Dimensionals and things like that stuck to her nose as she snoops around my craft room. Okay, so then I just adhered this to the card base. You don't have to use dimensionals, especially since there's really not any bulk here. But I just thought it gave it a little extra dimension doing that. And because this is kind of a big one, I'm going to put a dimensional in the middle. These are, I love dimensionals. So anyway, there we go. Turn this around. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. If I have, it's too late now, probably. Okay, so good, there we go. There, we use this is the Beauty Abounds set, and I didn't use any butterflies. That was my goal. I know I like butterflies, but not everybody does, so I was trying to come up with a card that didn't use the butterflies. So, I appreciate y'all watching tonight. If you haven't already, please share my video and comment shared below. And next week I will choose somebody and you'll receive this card in the mail. And I do appreciate it. And everybody have a great night, and it's good to see y'all again. Take care. Bye now.